The story takes place in 1960s New York at a business called the Worldwide Wicket Company. Window washer Pierpont Finch finds a book called How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, and throughout the story does his best to rise in the ranks of the company. The original Broadway cast from 1961 includes Robert Morse as J. Pierpont Finch, Charles Nelson Riley as Bud Frump, Rudy Vallee as J.B. Bigley, Bonnie Scott as Rosemary Pilkington, Virginia Martin as Hetty LaRue, Claudette Sutherland as Smitty, Paul Reed as Bert Bratt, and Sammy Smith as Mr. Twimble. The following slides are a detailed run-through of the plot. In order to avoid the slideshow being 12 minutes long, please pause and read at your own discretion. Featured songs from the first act include How to Succeed, sung by Pierpont Finch, Coffee Break, sung by Bud Frump, Smitty, and the ensemble, Company Way, sung by Twimble, Finch, and Frump, A Secretary Is Not a Toy, sung by Bratt, Frump, and the ensemble, Grand Old Ivy, sung by Bigley and Finch, and the final song of the first act, Rosemary, sung by Finch and Rosemary. Featured songs from Act 2 include Cinderella Darling, sung by Smitty and the female ensemble, Heart of Gold, sung by Bigley and Hetty LaRue, I Believe in You, sung by Finch and the male ensemble, and the final climactic song of the show, Brotherhood of Man, sung by Finch and the male ensemble. In 1967, United Artists made a film version of the musical with much of the Broadway cast reprising their roles, including Robert Morse, Rudy Vallee, and Sammy Smith. Several songs from Act 1 were cut to fit a feature film runtime, including Heart of Gold and Coffee Break. Another big change is that Bud does not get demoted at the end of the story in the film. The film holds an 89% on Rotten Tomatoes, but unlike its theater version, which won 7 Tony Awards, the film wasn't even nominated for anything at the Academy Awards that year. Finally, the reason this musical holds so much to me is because a lifetime ago, on March 10th, 11th, and 12th, 2016, my high school, North Montgomery High School in Crawfordsville, Indiana, put on How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, with junior Andrew Samuelson as J. Pierpont Finch, senior Ben Dalma as Bud Frump, senior Andrew Patterson as J.B. Bigley, senior Briley Allen as Rosemary Pilkington, freshman Samantha Carl as Hetty LaRue, sophomore Hayden Allen as Smitty, myself, a freshman at the time, as Bert Bratt, and Brian Bone, a freshman, as Mr. Twimble.
There is a brotherhood of man, a benevolent brotherhood of man.